Hi, Mr. Ortega. Mo here, giving my speech. I have two audience members on Zoom and one in person, and we'll get started. Hi, did you know, according to an article in the ACS Journal, both Dr. Francis S. Collins and Dr. Monique K. Mansour wrote that human beings share 99% of their DNA amongst each other? Basically, race is not real based off of facial features, hair texture, and skin color. But in the world throughout time, it has led to such events such as the Holocaust in Germany, the apartheid in South Africa, and the war on drugs in America. This has plagued many like myself with this many stigmas. And what I would like to do is share with you today how race plays a role, and that is the realism of racism and racial injustice. Let me begin by diving in and showing you how it's many ways it plays with three. Those three ways is how it impacts youth in America's education, families and their incomes in America, and censorship. In America, Black or African American students, as well as Latinx or Hispanic Americans, are 3 years further in their reading and math skills than their parents were at their age. And that's for the ages of 4th graders, 8th graders, and 12th graders. This is done so because the tests that are currently utilized are the same tests from the 1970s. In an article in the World Economic Forum in 2020, senior writer Elliott wrote that research by Stanford University shows that from monitoring test scores, access to good education is narrowing, but progress is still slow and uneven. The gap from the 1970s, 1980s, and the 1990s between white and Black students has been down in the last few years throughout the process, but it has been made still with a current gap and is a differential of 2 years. This leads me to my next topic to discuss, which is how racism is involved with families and their incomes. In an article written by Brooks in the New York Times in 2021, he wrote that the gap between white Americans or Caucasian Americans and Black or African Americans is still the same as it was in 1969. In America, Latinx income has increased 45% for those of migrant immigrants, as well as it's compared to Italian or Irish migrants who migrated to America who have made it up to middle class. Lastly, I want to share its contribution to censorship. In October 29, 2022, Kyrie Irving, a basketball player in the NBA, tweeted a link to Twitter of an Amazon Prime video, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. With nothing more, nothing less, Nike would go to take away not only Kyrie Irving's endorsement, but the NBA's Brooklyn Nets suspended him for 5 games. This statement was considered anti-Semitic, but nothing was ever specifically said towards that. But he would later take to Twitter to apologize to not only sway the NBA, but also his fans, that he meant nothing by it and was not anti-Semitic. He wrote, if I know where I'm from, how could I be racist? He was suspended that same day. I was supposed to show that. Fuck. As you can see, this is a chart that I wanted to show you guys. This displays the 3 grades separated by the times from the 1970s all the way up to the early 2000s. It shows 8th, 4th, and 12th graders, the differentials of the gap in education for math and reading. Here is the tweet that I'm discussing at the time. I was just talking about Hebrews to Negroes that Kyrie Irving tweeted. Here's what he went to say, that he meant no disrespect to religious things, that he's actually an ominous because he believes that there is truth in all religions. When he said that quote, that if he knows where he comes from, how could he be racist or anti-Semitic? Some people think that he was referring to that he was from the last tribe of Israel. Others believed it was because where he grew up and played basketball in his early age, which was at a center for Jewish kids called Young Men's and Young Women's Hebrew Association, which is in Union County, New Jersey. Either the case, racism for censorship was prevalent in this matter, stipulating that Kyrie Irving cannot speak his own mind, or the fact that he can't use his First constitutional right, which is the First Amendment. All of this was imposed on him based off of speculation. But in summary, what I've shared with you about racism and racial division is real in our world today. And it's based off something that is scientifically been proven not to be real. The three things that we have discussed, or I have discussed with you, was its role on its effects in youth education in America. 2, how it impacts families and their incomes in America. And 3, its role in censorship. Saying all this and knowing that our world has become smaller through technology, there should be something done about it. Especially the fact that America is so diverse. And today, I thank you for being here. Ask yourself, will you be that change?